What we feel as French Muslims is that no matter what we do, we feel like we are second-class citizens and not fully French. France is really about assimilation. You have to erase your background in order to fit in.
So we're in Bataclan, the area where the concert hall and the restaurant were hit. Nearly 100 people died here. The police have cordoned it off. No one can get through. There's a crowd that's gathering and some police cars. It's a really hectic scene. So why have you come here today?
To be honest, first of all, I came here to show my sympathy with the French people and all my condolences. One of the goals of these attacks is to damage the face of Islam, really, because I know that Islam is not telling that, but they want to show that, no, this is Islam, this is the thing that they want, but it's not. Yeah. Islam is not telling to killing innocent people. And I know as a Muslim I should condemn and I should say that Islam is not like that. It's not. Yeah. And I came to show my solidarity with all of the people, all of the French people. I know that how they feel, because just last month, Iranian regime arrested my parents as well. I mean, it's going on everywhere. In Syria, we see they're killing people, they're torturing people, and now here in France.
So you don't have any fear to wear, let's say, a headscarf in public spaces?
No, because I think if I'm here with a scarf, and if I'm here, if I believe in Islam, it shows that so Islam is not telling to killing innocent people.
We're on our way to Notre Dame Cathedral, where there's a large mass for the family and friends of the victims in the attack. So we're walking through this security check in order to enter the Notre Dame Cathedral. There's a higher presence of police everywhere now, and Notre Dame Memorial is actually guarded by a series of police. You need to check your belongings before you're allowed to enter. The place is packed. There are people from every entrance trying to come in to be a part of the memorial. There's a state of emergency in France, but this is the only time I've seen yet hundreds of people come together and gather. The police have secured each entrance and they're making sure they check everyone's ID. If they're carrying a camera, they make sure the camera is actually a working camera because there's a fear that there might still be danger. Rashid, you're Muslim, you're young, you're French. How do you feel?
I'm a bit worried about the future, about the backlash, the aftermath of these shootings, because the Muslim community in France, we have to be frank, is a bit oppressed, and I'm afraid that the government is going to be more and more strict, and Muslims are going to be might become the scapegoats of what happened, because France is quite oppressive towards religion. It's a strictly secular country. In about 2 weeks we'll have a national day of secularism where we have to celebrate secularism, and for Muslims, we as Muslims, we just want to live in peace as any other French people, and we feel that we can't live our religion freely in France. So a lot of people were thinking of maybe going somewhere else and live in another country. Muslims are allowed to practice, but to a certain extent. We have a lot of laws targeting Muslims specifically. For example, women can get fined in the street because they are wearing a veil.
Do you think that this creates makes it difficult for people who are Muslim in this country to feel French?
What we feel as French Muslims is that no matter what we do, we feel like we are second-class citizens and not fully French. We're always told to integrate and to be more French. There are some debates on national identity, what it means to be French, what is a good French. But at the end of the day, France has, as opposed to Britain is more about multiculturalism, and France is really about assimilation. You have to erase your background in order to fit in.
We're not really sure what's going on. We've heard there might be a shooting or several shootings that have happened. It's unclear, but everyone is being evacuated out of this memorial right now. So it's a precaution.
Yes, if it's confirmed to a terrorist attack, a lot of people was evacuated.
Yeah. So the cops just told me it was a false alarm, but they're treating it like it was a real situation, and they've completely evacuated the area. People are going home. There's a lot of tension on the street. You can tell people have a lot of fear, and they don't really feel safe being in public spaces. You were a medic in the emergency ward who was caring for some of the victims that came in.
Yes. Disons qu'on a eu des blessés, des gens qui étaient victimes par balles, des balles dans le thorax, dans les jambes, etc. Donc on a eu des blessés lourds. En France, on a l'habitude de la mort, c'est à l'hôpital, c'est chez soi, dans son lit. Et là, vraiment, les gens étaient choqués de voir que non, on peut mourir dans la rue, on peut mourir par balle. Et vraiment, la tension était très très palpable. J'avais jamais vu les urgences comme ça. Il y avait une atmosphère très très lourde. Il n'y a pas beaucoup de patients, mais vraiment une tension très très palpable. Et j'espère que ça va s'arranger. Mais bon. Il y avait également certains secouristes qui n'étaient absolument pas habitués à ça, qui sont arrivés dans la salle du Bataclan, qui ont trébuché sur des membres de corps, qui ont vu des corps empilés les uns sur les autres. Donc on a dû prendre un petit peu tout cela en charge hier. Et on a essayé tant bien que mal de faire face à la foule. Mais bon.
How did you feel as someone who is Muslim, who is having to care for victims who were attacked in the name of Islam?
Je me sens pas responsable de ce qui s'est passé vraiment. Et pour nous, je pense que c'est une double peine. Première peine parce que c'est une attaque qui vise tout le monde, sans distinction de race, d'origine ou de religion. Et une deuxième peine parce que malheureusement, nous sommes victimes à la fois de cette attaque et de ses conséquences. Enfin, les événements post-Charlie Hebdo nous ont montré que les gens ont du mal à faire la différence entre des musulmans et ceux qui ont fait l'attaque. Et j'ai peur des événements à venir.
I'm on my way to a hospital. It's very close to one of the attacks. There is an imam inside who has been seeing patients. At the moment, there's over 250 people who are still being treated for wounds from the attack. So, tell me, what does the scene like inside?
Les docteurs sont là, le personnel médical sont là, les psychologues sont là. Tout le monde fait son devoir correctement. Tout le monde visite les malades. J'ai visité donc de patients qui se portent très bien. Donc je leur ai donc apporté ma compassion donc et le réconfort.
If young Muslims come now and ask you for guidance, what would you tell them?
Il faut que tous les musulmans de France sortent dans la rue et disent haut et fort, nous sommes avec la liberté, la fraternité et l'égalité, et nous sommes des Français. Nous sommes des Français avant d'être musulmans. Mais si on continue donc à fermer donc l'œil et ne rien dire, donc ces barbares vont continuer à opérer. Donc c'est le rôle en ce moment des musulmans de sortir dans les rues.
But don't you think it seems a bit unfair that there's a pressure now on ordinary young Muslims to come out and say, not in my name, or, I want liberty? Don't you think that's kind of unfair? Because of course they want liberty, of course they want, to be, fraternity, equality and the rest.
Et 90% donc des musulmans se conforment aux règles et aux principes de la République. Et il va falloir que ces musulmans, que cette majorité silencieuse qui reste dans l'ombre, donc sorte, elle aussi, cette majorité, pour dire haut et fort, assez, on a marre de ces barbares. Voilà, on est pour l'union pour la solidarité et pour les chasser